Hello. Hello, hello, hello. Lisa, hello, my lovely. You know what? It's all changed again. Hi, Sue. Sorry, so like Facebook has changed again. Like my back office, if you like, what I can see has completely changed. Marie, hello, hi Sophie. I'm fine, thank you, Katie. How are you? Hello, Sandy. Heidi, ho, Samantha. Hi, Denise and Sharon and Sylvia. Yeah, it doesn't even tell me how many people are watching now. Before, I'd sort of have that little number at the top, but it's completely. Can you guys see how many people are watching? I can't see, which is sorry, just readjusting myself. Hello. Hello, hello, hello. Oh, it's so strange. Okay. How is everybody? Are we all okay? You guys can see it? Okay. It's just me who can't then. Never mind, it's okay. It's very strange. Sorry. Oh, bless you, Sue. Thank you for the stars. It's fine, guys. I don't necessarily need to know. It's just nice to know. So, like, when to start is when I normally. I mean, to be fair, that when you all start talking to me is when I start giving the updates and stuff. Oh, so yeah, if you see me trying to, I don't know, do something, I don't know, like I say, it's all changed my end again. Oh, there's a moth's got into the office. Oh, Samantha, bless you. Thank you for the stars there. Are England playing again now? What? They're playing every time I go live. I miss every live game. Lisa, hello, thank you for the stars. Although you can probably tell I'm not massively into football if I didn't know they were playing. But I do like to watch them. Marie, thank you for the stars as well. Thank you guys. Right. Updates. Oh my gosh, I can't stop yawning. Excuse me, it'll stop in a second. So, yep, Julie. Yep, you're on the end of the order list at the moment on the page. So, after Suzanne W, who is on the list, then it's you, my lovely. I just don't think I managed to update the list, but it's definitely printed out and added on here, okay. Any other updates? There's some new stock on the website. Apart from that, I think that's everything. I haven't managed to top up the mystery oyster bag. I think there'll be enough. But yeah, I haven't managed to unpack them as of yet. Hey, hey, hey. Okay, so should we just get started for the evening? Because I did come on 5 minutes late. Like I said, it's just because it's changed again my end. Oh, right. So, up first today is Tracy Burns. Tracy, are you here? Tracy Burns, are you here? Oh, bless you, Samantha. Thank you. It's exactly what I do every night. I'm not very adventurous with my makeup. It's sort of the same every time. Tracy, hello. Mystery and donate. So you have 3 openings altogether. Mystery oysters. Tracy, are there certain colours that you're hoping for? So 1, 2 and 3. Let me get these open. Kate, yes. Let me just type that to Kate. Kate, yes, I will move you to Friday. Okay, so Tracy, let's go down. So, oyster number 1. Oh, you've got quite a nice deep pop there. Wait and see what comes out, Tracy. Okay, now pops out the side, you have a lighter icy blue. There's your mother of pearl. And let's have a squidge in here. And there's no more in that one. So your first oyster, you have a lighter icy blue to start with, my lovely. Then moving on to oyster number 2. You have again another lighter pop there. And in here, I can see straight away that you're sticking with the blue theme, a slightly darker blue pearl there. And again, let me just have a squidge in here for you. And there's no more in that one. So this is a darker Pepsi blue. Oh, bless you, Suzanne. So what I'm saying at the moment is, if you guys would like to get notifications, I make events for each live video on the page. So if you go to the events section and click going to the events, Facebook will definitely notify you before each event. That way it's sort of a backup in case it doesn't notify you the normal way. I hope that helps. Tracy, moving on to your last oyster, which you have a deeper pop there. Oh, and in here I can see that you are twinning. You are twinning with Pink Twins. And there's no more in that one. Now with your Pink Twins, you've got one slightly brighter twin and then one slightly lighter twin as well. So one brighter pink, one lighter pink. Here are all of your pearls in the sand, Tracy. So icy blue, dark Pepsi blue, light pink and bright pink. What do you think to these? If you're happy with these, which ones would you like where? And if you're not happy, I can swap them for you. Suzanne, thank you for the stars there. So if I pop them on the board, darker Pepsi blue is not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, not a 6.5, he's a 7. Lighter icy blue is not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, not a 6.5, he's a 7. The brighter pink is not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, not a 6.5, not a 7, not a 7.5, he's an 8. And the lighter pink is not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, not a 6.5, not a 7, not a 7.5, he's an 8 as well. Tracy, what do you think to those? And if you prefer, you can take a screenshot and send me over your choice in an email, or if you know now, that's perfect as well. Pinks on the earrings, and swap the blues to a sea green and an apple green, of course. Sea green and a apple green. Oh, I love them together. I've given you a brighter apple green. I hope that's okay. Oh, I'm feeling a green bracelet coming on. Okay, Tracy, can you just confirm that you're happy with those there? And let me bring you back up. And on here. And then I'm just going to write this down as well. So we'd like pinks on there. Perfect, perfect. Well, Tracy, thank you for the donations of your shells. And I do hope you'll be happy with everything once it arrives, my lovely. Okay. So up next then is Victoria George. Victoria George, are you here? Victoria, hello. Hello, hello, hello. So this is for you for your wedding anniversary. So from us, I hope you've had or will have a brilliant anniversary, my lovely. I can say that you've got 2 openings altogether. What 2 oysters would you like? And would you like to keep or would you like to donate your shells? Can you have natural oysters? Of course you can. Would you like to keep or would you like to donate your shells, my lovely? I think I just hit the mic then with my hand, so I do apologise. I'm actually going to pick out 2 different ones. I'm not happy. Can you see like that white cloud around it? It just means that they're slightly off there. Yeah, that one's better. So number 1. Oh no. That one's not good. And number 2. Okay. Let me put those over there. Let me get these open. So like I say, are there certain colours you're hoping for? And would you like to keep or would you like to donate your shells? I'm telling you, the bag I've got over there, it must have like 30 oysters in it. And I'm going to be basically doing a video outside opening up all the stinkers in one go. I haven't done it yet. I just keep adding to it. I'm going to wait for the weather to go back to a slightly warmer again where it's not rainy and windy, and then we'll be on it. Keep the shells. And you're hoping for natural pinks or rose golds, Victoria. Okay, so let's go down. Oyster number 1. There's one side. And in here, to start with, you have a deep, darker rose gold. There's no more in that one. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to clean up the shells as we go, my lovely. Excuse me. And then I will show you the pearl once I've just cleaned up this shell for you, okay? Perfect. So your first oyster has given you a deeper, dark rose gold. Let me hold him up so you can see. They go into my swap pots, Julia. And then moving on to your second oyster, which again is your normal oyster. Thank you, Samantha. I've actually found how to see the number. I have to sort of go through to a different page, but I've found the section now. Thank you, though. So there's one side and the other side. And in here, you are twinning. And you're twinning with rose golds, but they've got a pink overtone to them. So there's no more in that one. So you've got a two-tonal pinky rose gold twins there. So again, I'm just taking the flesh off here for you. And let me dry these up. Victoria, what do you think to these? Now, if you're happy with these, let me know which ones you'd like on the jewellery. And if you're not happy, I can swap them for you. So you've got that darker rose gold, and then you've got those pinky rose gold twins as well. Honestly, guys, you don't need to pop how many people are watching now. I've found the section, but thank you all. And like I say, it's normally just for the start, just so I can see when people start coming on, so I know when to start talking, because it just takes it a minute to connect, that's all. So if we pop these on the board for you, the single darker rose gold is not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, not a 6.5, not a 7, he's a 7.5. And then twin number 1 is not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, not a 6.5, not a 7, he's a 7.5. And twin number 2 is not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, not a 6.5, not a 7, he's a 7.5 as well. What do you think to those? I'm just wrapping up your shells for you. They're perfect. Pinky rose golds on the earrings. Perfect. Of course you can. And can I invoice you for a lobster fitting for the darker rose gold? That's not a problem as well. Let me bring you back up. So we're gonna, what was it, a lobster? Okay, I've got that down for you. I am going to pop them in different bags as well. They are different colours, but then that way they're definitely not going to get them mixed up. So they're in different bags there. And I've wrapped up your shells as well. So again, Victoria, I hope you have a brilliant anniversary. And I hope you'll be happy with everything once it arrives, my lovely. And that's safe up there for you. Okay, no, you're very, very welcome. Up next then is Jacqueline Boys. Jacqueline, are you here? Mary, thank you for the stars there, my lovely. So I'm looking for Jacqueline Boys. Yeah, I don't know what football keeps on, like, our times and football at the same time. It's fine though. Fan, but I do like to watch it if England's on. Jackie, hello. So you've got one opening altogether, Mystery Oyster and Keep Your Shells. Perfect. Is there certain colours that you're hoping for? So Mystery Oyster, and I've just asked Aaron, he is currently grabbing some Mystery Oysters for us, so I am going to be topping up the bag. Like I said, I think it'll be fine, but he's going to top it up for me, just in case. So Mystery Oysters are definitely here, okay? I've just asked him to grab some for me. So, Jackie, Mystery Oyster, you'd like to keep your shells. Are there certain colours you're hoping for? Let's go down. You have a light pop there. And in here, I can see a slight peeper towards the side there. You have a coral. And there's no more in that one, Jackie. Okay, so let me just take the flesh. Oh, that flesh came away beautifully. So you have a coral. Now let me hold him up so you can have a closer look. If you're happy with this one, that's perfect. However, if you're not happy with this colour, I can swap him for you. So that's going to be completely up to you, Jackie, what you would prefer and what you would like to do. So you've got quite a nice light but bright coral there. Good evening, Mary. And, oh, there we go. There he is in the sand as well. Let me pop him on the board as well. So your coral is not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, not a 6.5. He is a 7. Swap for a TARDIS blue. Of course you can. Let me just take that one away. And if I bring in a TARDIS blue, just have a look at this one here and just confirm if you're happy with that one. I'm just going to wrap up your shells for you, my lovely. I'm just going to bring you back up as well. However, if that's not the correct shade, do let me know and I can change it for you. Yes, okay, perfect. Jackie, I've wrapped up your shells as well, and I do hope you'll be happy with everything, my lovely, once it arrives. And that's safe up there for you as well. Valerie, I do hope you and your family start to feel better soon, or that you're already on the way up, hopefully. And up next is Siobhan Chaplin. Siobhan, are you here? Very welcome, Jackie. Amy, if you email me your order number, then I can have a look for you. Siobhan, hello. Siobhan, you've got 2 openings altogether. Do you know what 2 oysters you would like? And if you'd like to keep or if you'd like to donate your shells? What do you think? Mystery and keep your shells, of course you can. Now, are there certain colours that you're hoping for? So, mystery oyster number 1 and number 2. Let me get him open. There's number 1 and number 2. So, let's go down. Like I say, you'd like to keep your shells. Are there certain colours you're hoping for, Siobhan? So, mystery oyster number 1. Oh, beautiful deep pop with that one. So I'm going to be cleaning the shells as we go. I don't know if you can see, there's nothing on that side. So if we have a squidge in here, straight away you've got a darker pearl there. And there's no more in that one. So your first oyster has given you a darker pearl, possibly hoping for a 2-tonal colour. Okay, so we'll sort of see what comes out, Siobhan. Are you hoping for odds or evens? Where did the pearl? Oh, it ran away down here because it was dark on the dark board. It was hiding. Okay, so if we have a closer look at this one, he looks like he's a deep midnight blue. Hopefully you can see that blue coming through there. I think you're going to be able to see the blue more in the sand, just because obviously with the dark sand. And then moving on to mystery oyster number 2. Again, we have a lighter pop there. Oh, this shell has split down the centre there. I'm ever so sorry. That doesn't normally happen, but on this occasion it has split. You are twinning, however, twinning with oyster number 2, and you're twinning with 2 slightly different shades here. You've got one watermelon and one coral pearl. So twinning, but 2 different shades. Let me just take the flesh off here again for you. And like I say, this shell here, it has split down the centre. I do apologise. So if I dry these up for you, so you've got a darker midnight blue and twinning coral and watermelon. What do you think to these? Now, if you're happy with these, which ones would you like on the jewellery? And if you're not happy, I can swap them for you. If I pop them on the board for you, the darker midnight blue is not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, not a 6.5, not a 7, not a 7.5, not an 8. He's an 8.5. Then your watermelon, sorry, Aaron's getting the moth. Your watermelon is not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, not a 6.5, he's a 7. And your coral is not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, not a 6.5, he's a 7 as well. Siobhan, what do you think to these? Thank you for the oysters, Bab. So if you're happy with these, which ones would you like? And like I say, if you're not, I can swap them for you. I'm just going to wrap up your shells for you. Goal, who scored? Actually, I don't know if you can say who scored. I wouldn't want to ruin it for anybody who's not watching the game but who would like to see the game. Swap the coral for a matching watermelon. We can definitely do that. Let me see. Ooh. It's just a touch too bright. Now, I can definitely match this as I have lots of watermelons available. It may be that I'm going to match it off the live though. Ooh, oh, that's the same colour but it's different size. I'm going to match it off the live if that's okay, just so then I can find the same, I can go through it properly. Is that okay? So I can definitely match them, but I will take my time and do it. So let me bring you back up. So we're going to have watermelon on there, and we're going to swap the coral to match the watermelon. That's fine. Can you have the watermelons on the jewellery? Yep, that's absolutely fine. I wrote that. I assumed that, Siobhan, but I've wrote that down already. But yeah, that's perfect. Like I said, it's definitely not a wait. It's just so then I can spend my time to go through to find the correct, because like I said, I matched the colour just then, but it was just out of the size. So I'll go through and find the matching one. Okay, so Siobhan, I've wrapped up your shelves as well, and I hope you'll be happy with everything once it arrives, and that's safe up there for you. And up next is Hayley Berry. Hayley, are you here? Hayley, just in time. Hayley, I will need you to confirm the second part of your email address if that's okay, my lovely. You're very welcome, Siobhan. Hayley, that's perfect. Thank you for confirming that. Okay, so Hayley, you have 3 openings altogether. What 3 oysters would you like, and would you like to keep or would you like to donate your shells? The moth is not gone. Sorry, it's just because I've got these lights on me, it doesn't then leave me alone because it just keeps going for the lights. Mystery and donate, of course you can. Are there certain colours that you're hoping for? So 1, 2 and 3. Let me get these open. Okay, so let's go down. Mystery oyster number 1. You have a lighter pop there. Pinkle or a darker colour. Okay, so your mother of pearls there. And to start off with, I can see a lighter apple green. And there's no more in that one. So your first pearl has given you, sorry, your first oyster has given you a lighter apple green. Caroline, thank you for the stars there. Oh, bless you. And Laura, thank you for the stars as well. Moving on to your second oyster, Hayley. Oh, a lighter double pop there. And in here, there's your mother of pearl. And I can see that you are twinning. You are twinning with dark purple twins. And there's no more in that one. Quite a nice size dark purple twins as well, actually. And then moving on to your last oyster, which again is a mystery oyster. You have a lighter pop there. There's your mother of pearl. And again, I can see a slight peeper out the bottom there. And you're twinning for a second time. There's no more in that one. And you're twinning with coral twins. Okay, so Hayley. Quite a nice selection of colours here. Let me just pop them in here so you can have a look. I'm going to need to know which one you'd like on your jewellery. And if you're not happy with these, we can swap them. So you've got a light apple green, a dark purple twins, and you've got coral twins as well. They're looking awesome peachy on the camera, but I do believe they are definitely more coral. If I pop them on the board for you, your apple green is not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, not a 6.5, not a 7. He's a 7.5. Purple twin number 1 is not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, not a 6.5, not a 7, not a 7.5, not an 8. He's an 8.5. Purple number 2 is not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, not a 6.5, not a 7, not a 7.5. He's an 8. So they're slightly different sizes there. Coral number 1 is not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, not a 6.5, not a 7. He's a 7.5. Bab. And coral number 2 is not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, not a 6.5. He's a 7. So there are 2 different sizes as well. Thank you for the tea. So, swap the apple green for sea green for the jewellery and have the twins on simple studs. So is that 2 sets of studs, or would you prefer, is it the purple or the corals on studs, my lovely? Thank you for the stars, Jodie. So there's the sea green there. So sea green on the jewellery, and yeah, just let me know, was it the purples on studs, corals on studs, or do you mean both of them, or both pairs on the studs? That's absolutely fine. Let me pop them in here for you. And if I write down that we're going to have the sea green on there. Okay, perfect. I've got that down for you. No, you're very welcome, Hayley. Thank you for the donations of your shells. The invoice will get sent through for you tomorrow, and it will go to the invoice. It will go to the email that's on the invoice. I mixed that completely up in my head then. So yeah, Hayley, I hope you'll be happy with everything once it arrives. Okay. Oh, well, I hope they're happy with them, Hayley. Up next is Kelly Zubanchi. I hope I pronounced that correctly, Kelly. If I didn't, I do apologise. Kelly Zubanchi. No. Bansh. Kelly Zubanch. Banish. I'm so sorry, Kelly. But Kelly, are you here? Sorry, I was watching myself back trying to pronounce your name. Oh, the faces I pull. I do apologise. Kelly, are you here? Kelly, if you're here, please type I'm invisible. It will bring your comment forward so I can see you. And if anyone else can see Kelly, please comment on her comment, because again it will bring it forward so I can see. I don't believe so, Laura. I know if you go out and come back in again, you can't always then scroll back up to the sort of previous comments. Not all of them. But if you've been in the live the whole time, then I don't know. But yeah, if you've come out and come back in again, that would be why. So last call for Kelly. If not, we'll move on. Then if she does come, we can come in. She can. I can't talk today. If she does come on, we can add her in again, but it will be to the end of the order list. A couple of yours haven't been posted, Linda. Honestly, it's new setup for me. It's new setup for admins. They've got a complete different setup as well to normal. But if comments aren't coming through, that does ickle me. Okay, so yeah, I can't see Kelly, so we're going to move on. And like I say, if she does come on, we can add her back in again. So up next then is Samantha Butler. Samantha, are you here? Facebook does filter comments, yeah. Yeah, Sophie, we'll have to look into that and see if we can edit it, because that's crazy. especially if comments start going fast. You can't humanly even read that fast. I know you're Superwoman, but it is, Mark, yeah. Samantha Butler, I can see you. Oi, oi, hello. Samantha, you have 2 openings altogether. What 2 oysters would you like? And would you like to keep or would you like to donate your shells? I've got nowhere to lean. Oh, that way's easier. I'll go that way. I was going to say that way out of camera shot is really quite far. I didn't realise that way was a shorter way. Mystery and donate, of course you can. Are there certain colours you're hoping for? Number 1 and number 2. Okay, so let's go down. Mystery oyster number 1. Lighter double pop there. Oh, and in here, there's your mother of pearl. I can see straight away you are twinning. And you're twinning with beautiful lighter purple pearls. There's no more in that one. Hannah, is she allergic to anything? Obviously, when we're pregnant, our bodies do react differently to different substances. So I would possibly say, actually, if she can hold off. If not, wear gloves. Yeah, I obviously I'm not an expert, and obviously with any sorts of allergies and stuff, I'd possibly just say, yeah, just hold off if she can. Oh, nearly dropped the sun then. That was a backwards drop and everything. You are twinning with purple twins there. And we're moving on to oyster number 2, which again is a mystery oyster. You have a lighter pop there. And in here, there's your mother of pearl. And you have a grape purple. And there's no more in that one. So you have a grape purple and then twinning lighter purples. So an all purple opening, Samantha. With the purple twins, they possibly may be slightly different sizes there. But I will measure them for you in just a moment. Let me just hold them. There you go. And actually possibly slightly different shades. Not a lot in it, if you can see that. But they are... What do you think to those? And if you're happy with these, which ones would you like on your jewellery? The grape purple is not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6. He's a 6.5. Darker... The slightly darker purple is not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, not a 6.5, not a 7. He's a 7.5. And the lighter purple is not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, not a 6.5, not a 7. Oh, he's a 7.5 as well. So it must be just the slight different shades making them look like that. But what do you think to those? Of course you can, Samantha. Let me bring you back up again. And let me pop that down. Okay, perfect. I've got that down for you. Thank you for the donations with your shells then. And I hope you'll be happy with everything once it arrives as well. That's safe on there. And then that's over there for you. Perfect. And up next then is Marlene Galanti. Marlene Galanti, are you here? No, you're... Oh, bless you, Samantha. But no, you're very, very welcome. Strange that you can't... I don't know what that's to, Linda, but I do know that if you're not logged into your account when you make the order, then the order number doesn't obviously link to your account. You have to be logged in for it to be on your account, if that makes sense. And also, and I know it's annoying, but I can't then link it. So if you've ordered outside of your account, I can't link them together. So if you would like to sort of have that back office, if you like, to see your orders there, it's definitely worth just making an account on the website. But like I said, you don't have to. You can check out as a guest if you prefer to. Oh, enjoy, Samantha. Okay, so last call for Marlene Galanti. If not, we'll move on. Marlene, if you are here, please type I'm invisible. It'll bring your comment forward so I can see you. You didn't know that? Ah, see, learn something new. Yeah, it's definitely, just if you'd like to keep track, definitely sort of log in before you do the order. Making an account is easy, yeah, but you don't have to. I know some people don't like making accounts and stuff, so the options guest is there. But yeah, if you do have an account, make sure you just log in before you place that order. Tracy, bless you. Thank you for the stars. Marlene isn't here, so we're going to move on. If she does come, we can add her in again, but it will be to the end of the order list. Up next then is Heidi. Heidi, are you here? Heidi, hello. Can you have Nunu and donate the shells? Okay, Linda, not a problem. I'm not sure what you mean, Laura, but that's okay for answering. If it was your question. Sorry, I've missed some comments. I must have. But Heidi, I can see that one. So you've got one opening altogether, my lovely. Can you have a Nunu and donate the shells? Of course you can. So your Nunu Rainbow Oyster, and in here, let's get him open. Is there a certain colour that you're hoping for? Let's go down. So your Nunu Rainbow Oyster. There's one side and the other side. Ooh, and in here you are twinning. However, they do look like they're slightly different colour twins there. There's no more in that one. Now let's go through and have a close look at these colours. Oh, okay. So they are the same colour, just one is more than the other. So this one is a darker olive green, and it looks like a chocolate pearl. So you can see as you go around, you've got the olive green and the chocolate there. And however, the other pearl is olive green, and it looks like it's a chocolatey purple. So he does have more of a purple tone to him than the chocolate. So you've got an olive and chocolate, and I'm going to say an olive and purple, if that makes sense. If I hold them up, hopefully you can see the difference there. What do you think to those, Heidi? So if I pop them on the board, twin number 1 is not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, not a 6.5, not a 7, he's a 7.5. And number 2 is not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, not a 6.5, not a 7. He's also a 7.5. Oh, sorry, hiccup. What do you think to those? Kathy, bless you. Thank you for the stars. Olive and purple on the jewellery. Of course you can. Let me bring you back up again. And let me write that down. So we're going to have the olive and purple. Okay, Heidi, I've got that down for you. Let me pop these in here and on here. Thank you for the donations with your shells as well. And that's safe up there for you. Heidi, I do hope you'll be happy with everything once it arrives. Okay. Perfect. And up next then is Sandra Waite. Heidi, you're very welcome. Sandra Waite, are you here? Sandy, perfect, thank you. Okay, so Sandy, you've got 2 openings altogether. What 2 oysters would you like, and would you like to keep or would you like to donate your shells? What do you think? Thank you, Sandy. I can't. That did. Oh my gosh, I can't talk. That did come through. If we've possibly got a slight delay, I do apologise, but I can see you there. Mystery and donate. Sandy, is there a certain colour that you're hoping for? So number 1 and number 2. Let me get these open. So there's 1 and 2. And let's go down. So, oyster number 1 You have a lighter pop there. And there's your mother of pearl. Love them all. Okay, so we'll sort of see what comes out. So in here, oh, popped out there's a darker pearl straight away. And there's no more in that one. So your first pearl is a darker. Now he looks like he's a darker gunmetal grey. My head was on the ceiling. Oh gosh. And then moving on to Mystery Oyster number 2. You have a light pop there. And in here we're going for a blue pearl. Now if I pop him out and have a squidge as well. It's seaweed, Linda. It's, for a better word of it, it's like seaweed. Okay, so you've got a dark gunmetal grey and a TARDIS blue. What do you think to these? Now, if you're happy with these, that's perfect. However, Sandy, if you're not happy, I can swap them for you. If I pop these on the board for you, your gunmetal grey is not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, not a 6.5, he's a 7. And the TARDIS blue is not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, not a 6.5, not a 7, not a 7.5, he is an 8. You love them, perfect. Can you just confirm that you're happy with those on the jewellery? Let me bring you back up again. Yeah. Oh, bless you guys with the comments. Facebook's just had a big update. I feel like I'm constantly saying that. It's like that we don't even get a chance to get used to the update we've had. Oh, but we have to sort of roll with it. So hopefully you guys, hopefully it's not too bad. But Sandy, just confirm, is it those pearls that you'd like? Yes, on the jewellery? Okay, perfect. Well, thank you for the donations with your shells, and I hope you'll be happy with everything once it arrives. And that's safe up there as well. Okay, up next is Suzanne Whitsett. Suzanne, are you here? Suzanne Whitsett, are you here? Sandy, you're very, very welcome. It is, Lindsay. It's a 15-ounce cup. It is a huge cup. Thank you. It's comfy too. Like I've got big hands and I can fit all 4 fingers in. I like, I do like a good mug. Suzanne, hello, hello, hello. You've got one opening altogether. Mystery and donate. Not a problem. Is there a certain colour you're hoping for? So let me get him open. And let's go down, my lovely. So your mystery oyster. Oh, a lighter, smaller pop there. And in here, there's your mother of pearl. I do sell the mugs. They are on the website. And in here, Suzanne, you are twinning. Twinning with Candy Floss Pink twins there. Hoping for blurples, sea greens or bright purples. There's no more in that one. Okay, so Suzanne, my lovely, don't have the colours you were hoping for. However, if you would prefer to, we can swap these for you. So these are blush pink twins here. And if I pop them on the board, Candy Floss Pink number 1 is not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, not a 6.5, not a 7. He's a 7.5. Candy Floss, oh, Runaway Pink number 2 is not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, not a 6.5, not a 7, not a 7.5, not an 8. He's an 8.5. So they're measuring at different sizes there, Suzanne. So if you'd like one of these on the jewellery, or if you'd like to swap one of these out, do let me know if it's the larger or the smaller. Or of course, if you're happy with these or would like to swap them both out, that's fine as well. Can you swap one for a blurple? Would you like to swap the smaller or the larger one? Blurple. Oh, that's a nice one there. I've just taken away the smaller one. However, if you prefer to keep the smaller one, do let me know. So I've just popped it. Yep, smaller, I thought so. That's not a problem. I've taken that away. And is that blurple okay there for you? And if so, is it the blurple that you'd like on the jewellery? Let me bring you back up again. And popping them on here. So just confirm if that blurple was okay. Perfect, thank you. And yes, blurple on the jewellery. Perfect, let me write that down. Okay, so Suzanne then, my lovely, I'm glad you're happy with that colour, and I hope you'll be happy with everything once it arrives as well. Thank you for the donations with your shells, and that's safe up there for you. Okay, perfect. And up next then is Julie Hanwell. Julie, are you here? Suzanne, you're very, very welcome. And Kevin, I'm fine. I hope you are as well. Yes, Anya. I'm now in my office. Julie, hello. Julie, you have one opening altogether. What type of oyster would you like? And would you like to keep or would you like to donate your shells? Yes, PBWHQ. I could put that over the door. Although somebody sent me a really cool Pearls of Brecon sign. It didn't have a name on it, so I couldn't say thank you to the person who sent it. But I love it. It's like an arrow sign. It's brilliant. Julie, perfect. Expand the rainbow, donate the shells. Is there a certain colour that you're hoping for? So your expand the rainbow oyster. Let me get him open for you. And let's go down. Linda, if your button's gone grey, have you sort of swiped and scrolled through the live, as in you can sort of go backwards and watch parts? Have you done that? Because that may mean that you've sort of rewound slightly. So you'll expand the rainbow oyster, Julie, hoping for an icy blue. So there's one side and the other side. Oh, and in here you have a lemon yellow. And there's no more in that one. Okay, so you've got a lemon yellow. Now, if you would prefer to swap this for an icy blue, Julie, I can definitely do that for you. Or, of course, you're happy with this one, that's absolutely fine as well. You can rewind, yeah. It's a new thing. Let me pop your lemon yellow on the board. So he's not, oh, he's a runaway. Not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, not a 6.5, not a 7, not a 7.5. He is an 8. It's a new thing. Oh, Sophie, we're such on the same wavelength. Use the same lingo and everything. Bright icy blue, of course you can. And to have it on a hoop fitting, that's absolutely fine. Oh, that one's slightly too tonal. Can you just confirm you're happy with this one here? If so, the invoice for the hoop fitting will get sent through tomorrow for you, and that will go to the email address that's on the order form, Julie. Let me bring you back up and I'll write that down for you. Okay. That's perfect. So that invoice will get sent through tomorrow, and I hope you'll be happy with everything, Julie. And thank you as well for the donations with your shells. Okay, and up next then is Stacey Black. Stacey, are you here? Yep, Stacey, you're up now. Bless you. I do. This is a microphone. I mean, this is all this. The bit that you can see is the actual clip because I can't work it out. I'm so bad. The microphone is here, which you normally can't see. This bit is the clip because I just can't seem to hide the clip. But yeah, it's a little microphone. Stacey, hello. Stacey, you have 2 openings altogether. What 2 oysters? So sorry. What 2 oysters would you like? And would you like to keep or would you like to donate your shells? Oh, I thought, let me have another bit of tea. That will help the situation. Mystery and keep your shells. Is there certain colours that you're hoping for? So number 1 and number 2. Let me get these open. There's 1 and 2. And let's go down. So mystery oyster number 1. Oh, quite a nice deep pop with that one. And in here, you have a sea green. You have a sea green to start with there, Stacey. Now we're just going to be cleaning the... oh, there it goes. It's still on the tray. It's just rolled off for a second. I'm just going to clear up the shells for you. Okay, so your first pearl out is a sea green. If I hold him up so you can see. No, Gemma, when I blow my nose is when you need to take your earphones out. My sneezes aren't too bad, but it's my blow my nose is like a foghorn. Right, moving on to oyster number 2, Stacey. Oh, and you have a lighter pop there. Now this shell I can feel may fall apart here. So if it does, I do apologise. Yeah, there goes part of it there. I do apologise. And in here, I can see 1 and 2. You are twinning. 1 and 2. You are twinning with TARDIS blue pearls. Okay, and there's no more in that one. So, Stacey, what do you think to these? You've got a sea green and twinning TARDIS blues. Yeah, look at that. Oh, that shell's broken again. I do apologise. Okay. Now, if you're happy with these, that's perfect. And again, if you're not happy, I can swap them for you. If I pop these on the board for you, Stacey, Your sea green is not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, not a 6.5. He's a 7. TARDIS blue's not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, not a 6.5, not a 7. He's a 7.5. And TARDIS blue number 2 is not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, not a 6.5, not a 7, not a 7.5. Oh, not an 8. He's an 8.5. So they are measuring at slightly different sizes there. Oh, really, Tanya? Stacey, what do you think to those? I'm just wrapping these up for you. Keep the 8.5 blue, swap these two for 2 light silvers. And I'm guessing it's the light silvers. Oh, look at those on the jewellery. Just confirm for me if it is the silvers on the jewellery. I'm just finding 2 which are the same size. There we go. Have a look at those silvers to go on the earrings. That's perfect, Stacey. Just confirm, are you happy with those silvers there? Let me bring you back up. Were those silvers okay? Oh, bless you, Caroline. Thank you. It didn't come with a note or a name or like a return address. Like, it didn't give any hint to who it came from. But no, thank you. I do love it. Thank you. Ah, perfect. Stacey, thank you for commenting on your comment. It brought it forward for me. So I'm glad you're happy with those, and your shells are wrapped up as well. You're very welcome. So I hope you'll be happy with everything once it arrives as well, my lovely. And I've popped that safe up there for you as well. Right, I've just refreshed this, and I do believe that's the end of our order list for today. We've had a couple of people who haven't showed up. But thank you all for watching. We're going to be live again. I keep forgetting, my days of the week are up in the air at the moment. We're going to be live again on Friday, so if you would like to join us, we'll be live around 8 p.m. BST on Friday. I hope you all have a good week, and I'll see you then. Take care, guys. Bye.